Game 5 of the NBA Finals, here with Shane Hill. Shane, my man, how you feeling Friday night?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready. We got the footy finals on. We got the NBA tomorrow. We're good to go.
Sweet.
Mate, to be honest, I've lost a bit of interest in this grand final series.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the same sort of vibe and feel as what I thought it was going to be. What about you?
Miami was giving up so many buckets. Like Jimmy Butler would drive into the paint, be right next to the rim, and then he'd kick it out instead of shooting. And it was
Yeah, he
always
does
because,
that.
AD would come over from the weak side.
But he was even open and he was doing that shit. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Serious. Fuck.
Do you think, Shane, will this be a blowout?
Well, it's got the potential to, I think, just because I just think they're going to have that momentum, that mindset. They can feel it, see it, touch it to be able to blow this thing out now.
Yeah.
So it could. I mean, you spoke about the Mamba jerseys and all the rest of it. You know, this could be the one where they do. I think we expected there was going to be some blowouts a couple of times over the last few games.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened, but this could be the one.
Yeah. So if there's a blowout, do you still think it'll go over?
Well, I think it probably will, because what will happen that will be different is they're not going to rest their stars. So normally you're going to rest your stars if you're down 15, but with no tomorrow, they're just going to stay in and fight.
Yeah.
And they're going to spray them up and try and get back into the game. So I still think that there's more chances going over than under.
Yeah. What about, so Miami's facing elimination for the first time this postseason, and the first quarter, the total is 55 and a half. Do you think Miami coming out the gates, they will, they'll be jittery, miss their shots, causing quarter one to be low scoring, less than 55.5 points?
I think it'll be the opposite. I think it'll be higher scoring because they'll come out really aggressive and trying to make something happen. I think LA will come out the same. And I just think that LA will wear them down, and they'll have a patch during a stage where they'll just blow it open. And I just don't think Miami will get back into the game.
Yeah.
But I think they'll come out hard. I think Jimmy has to come out hard. I think he knows that his team's riding on him and his ability to sort of play aggressive to start with. And the thing that Butler has done is that he doesn't settle for many perimeter shots. So he's always trying to get a piece of the paint. He's getting lots of free throws, which is giving him an opportunity to accumulate points as well. They'll be disappointed with having such a low-scoring game in the last game. So you think the last 3 days, everything they would have been talking about would have been how can they score more points to give themselves a chance to win. Obviously, the defensive matchups and strategies and all that come into it, but offense would have been the thing that worried them most, to be able to spread it out and make plays.
Yeah. So the line 7.5 for the Lakers. Do you want to touch that, or?
No, I'll probably go with the same as what I did in the last game, even though it lost, is the Lakers to win over 215.5. I think that is something that will happen. If I was going to touch the line, I'd take the minus rather than the plus, though.
Yeah. And here's another thing. So LeBron is the front runner to win the MVP, but he's scored 111 points so far, and AD's scored 103 points. So he's only 8 points ahead of him. Rebounds, he's slightly ahead, and in assists, he's way ahead. But do you think AD can have a big game, say a 40-point game, and possibly steal the MVP from LeBron?
I mean, he's capable of it, but I think LeBron's mentality is that he will want to win this MVP.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what he says. He would be looking at all this shit and saying, all right, I need a big game here. One, I want to get the championship because I respect him for how competitive he is to be able to win championships. So he will be going after that. But his second eye will be on the MVP.
Yeah.
He'll want to make an emotional speech. the Mamba singlets and, LA and doing it for Kobe and everything else. That's how it's going to play out. And
Yeah.
he wants that microphone with the MVP. So I expect him, with his mentality and the usage that he's got, to be extremely aggressive, and to be able to have a massive game.
So gut feeling, what do you reckon? What sort of scoreline do you project for this game 5?
I could see it being
NBA Finals, first ever, no fans, neutral arena.
Yeah,
Disney World
I could
complex.
see it being like 123, 108.
123, 108. Yeah.
What do you got?
I've got, man, like, fuck, I got, bent over in the last game, so I'm I'm like this. I'm going to make a game time decision. I'll probably put in my bets like 30 minutes before, because I just want to see the players. I want to see their eyes and, how focused they are, how switched on they are before I drop money on them. But having said that, there's one lock I'm going to give, in my opinion. It's Jay Crowder, under 12.5. So
Really?
yeah,
Why is that?
because he scored 12 in games 1, 2, and 3, and then he scored 8 in the last game, and his threes were off. So he's Miami's, one of their best shooters, and his threes just weren't dropping. And I think it's just because LeBron has gotten into his head. So you've seen them two have been pretty rough. So yeah, I think LeBron is just going to be more vocal, and Jay, he's just going to sort of try to crush Jay and the whole team. I think the Lakers, they'll probably want to give it to Jay, just because he's the big guy. He's the vet on the Miami team. He's like their tough guy. He's their enforcer, and yeah, LeBron just has it over him. From that season they spent together in Cleveland. So yeah, if I had to make a bet that I'm very confident with, it's Jay Crowder under 12.5 points. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 bets with the points. I'm going to go LeBron over 28.5.
Yeah.
He wants the MVP.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with none over 9.5. It was 9.5, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 9.5.
Go with none over 9.5 points. He hit a couple of threes the other day. He's been out for a long time. It doesn't even look like skeleton of what he was, earlier in the season, of the way he was playing. But he's really going to have to really do something. It would be pissing him off listening to how much they're missing Dragic and all the rest of it. So I think he's going to have to be aggressive. He took 11 shots in the last game, only went 2 for 11. So he had enough usage to be able to cover that 9.5. And I reckon he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I agree. And people don't, they forget, he made the all-rookie first team, and Hero was on the all-rookie second team. So he has that rookie rivalry with Hero. And considering Hero had 21 points in the last game, Nunn wants to put it over him.
Yeah, he needs to step up. He knows that he's, for them to score more points as well, he's going to have to contribute. So, he's going to get enough of the ball to be able to make it happen, and he'll play a critical role. And if he can put some points on the board, then who knows? That'll be an area that they hadn't been getting much punch from, that if they did, puts them in a much better position to be able to seriously compete.
All right, so our picks for this game: NBA Finals Game 5, 2020, the crazy year. We have LeBron over 28.5. Kendrick Nunn over 9.5 points. Jay Crowder under 12.5 points. That's
your lock.
Yeah, my semi. There's no such thing as a lock, but that's a confident bet for me.
Yeah.
The fourth one is LA's going to win. All right. LA's Shane, you agree? LA's going to win. Try to put
Yep.
any bias you have from the bet you've got on Lakers 4-1 series winner. Try to put all that bias away. Do you really believe Lakers are going to win this, or can Miami force a game 6?
No, or they obviously they can, but I don't think they will. I think the
Now, Philly
emotion.
says
It's
LeBron's
not
going
going
to
to happen. Yeah, he's going to end it. That mentality to finish it, to get the fuck out of there. It's done. Champions, MVP. Get home. Get into his own bed. It's done, mate. Time's done.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so Lakers, after listening to that as well, Lakers are going to win. The line, what do you reckon, Shane? Stay away from it, or you said you envisage a 123-108 scoreline, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that would mean like AD would have to get 30 as well. Caruso, our boy Caruso. So he was the only pick we got right in the last video.
He's been coming through for us, mate.
Yeah, we got to back him again.
Yeah, you got to take Caruso.
So that's 6 picks. Caruso over 6.5. Caruso's been the Mr. Consistent, Mr. Moneymaker.
Yeah.
All right, so those are the picks, and the total. So even if it's a blowout, like if Miami struggles to score, you still think it goes over?
Yep.
Yeah, gut feeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude.
Confident. All right.
I just think that they've got to throw everything at it. And even if they're down, they might be down 15 in the last quarter. I still think they've got to throw everything at it. They're spraying up threes, the tempo increases, and everything else. So, they're not resting any stars in the last quarter if it's a 12, 15-point game, either team.
Yeah. All right. So over 215.5. Those are I think there's 6 or 7 picks there.
Yeah, they'll get them.
Yeah, hopefully we go 7 for 7. Yeah, and then we can celebrate.
Way to finish.
It'll be a good weekend. If Lakers win tomorrow and if all our picks get up, it's going to be a big weekend. I'll probably throw a party on Sunday.
Party on you. I'll be there.
All right. So those are our picks. Subscribe, and next season we'll do the same thing. Hey, Shane.
Be ready.
My man.
I'll be ready. A whole off season to get ready.